Okay, it's springtime, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of do some doodles of maybe a bee character. And so let's go ahead and create a new project, and we'll just call this bee. I'm not sure exactly what to name him yet, but we're gonna append, append, append. Hit OK. Let's do a new scene, and we'll just call this bee character. 24 frames, 1920 by 1080. Okay. All right. So let's just do some exploratory designs and just see what we can come up with. Okay. So we'll just call this character rough because we're not committed to anything right now. We're just kind of trying to get some ideas down and just kind of have some fun, just kind of sketching and doodling and seeing what we can do here. So I know I want to have these just kind of big round eyes like this. And this is how I doodle a lot of stuff and just kind of explore. And I'm just kind of thinking in my head, I know I want him to have these, just kind of a fat head, and maybe his butt is fatter. Maybe he's kind of like this bean shape, possibly. And then we'll just give him a mouth, give him some goofy eyes, and maybe his neck. That could be the first stripe on his body. And then he has like a mid stripe right here. Maybe it gets wider down at the bottom. I don't know, that might change. And maybe his butt stripe is like his pants, like this stripe is the thickest stripe. Okay. Maybe his little arms kind of dangle down like this. And just, trying to keep it loose and rough. And maybe it has a little stinger up here. Okay. And, bees have these little antennas. Maybe he has like 3 spots on his cheeks and a little chin. Okay, so that's one idea. So let's kind of break out of that a little and modify it. So let's scoot him over here. And let's think how we can make him kind of the same, but a little different. Okay, so let's try a bigger butt, and then just kind of a squished, kind of smaller head like this. Okay. And I like the idea of that first stripe being his neck. And then let's move his arms down here. And let's move his legs kind of back like this. Okay, I'm just thinking kind of round shapes. Maybe let's point a stinger kind of down. A lot of stingers go up, but oh, I want to add these little wings in here. Okay, so let's add these big eyes like this. Okay, we'll have him looking over like this, and okay, and add this antennas in here. Okay, so that's another option. So do you see how his butt is bigger and it kind of gets smaller to his head? I'm not super crazy about that. Okay, I kind of like this first one, how he's kind of like derpy, like, so let's take this, let's reference, it's something we can use. So let's come in here And let's change his direction. Let's go this direction. We'll get some eyes in here like this. We'll change his expression, you know, and maybe maybe he's like ooh, I see a flower. I see something I like. Maybe he has this. Maybe his body, you know, kind of sags down because it's so kind of fat. Okay, I'm still exploring, you know, maybe his arms. We'll see. Let's get his legs in here first. Maybe his legs dangle down like this. And then kind of like the idea that his arms are kind of short. Maybe his stinger. Maybe it's longer. Let's see what that looks like. Or maybe it's a bit more this way. See what that looks like. And again, he's got these wings that are just flapping away, trying to hold up his weight. Okay. Okay, and maybe his stripes need to be more pronounced, you know, like this. Maybe this one around his neck, make it thicker. So again, if you don't like something, change it, okay? And you know, you might get something out of this that you can use later, or you know, it could help feed another design. You know, so like, you know, see he looks different here, but maybe we can make his eyes bigger. I don't know. Let's shrink him down, put him over here. Let's try one where he is this bean shape. Just keep it real simple. It's just a bean. Get his neck in here. Really like that line separating his neck, like his head, from the rest of his body. I think I might keep that theme throughout. You know, if you find something and like it, keep it, and then you can change the rest. I like the idea that his butt stripe is like his pants, you know, and he's got this little stinger. Maybe he's got these big eyes like this. Okay, that's kind of fun. See how he's kind of evolving and changing as we're doodling, and maybe his arms come down like this. Maybe his legs are, you know, dragging because they're really useless, honestly. Okay, can't you see him like flying along? Okay. Okay, so so we kind of have 4 different looks, right? So let's kind of start like kind of nailing down exactly what we want. I like this character here and this one up here. Kind of mixed with this one. So let's see if we can get one more where he is kind of the best of both worlds. Okay. So I like this. I like this mouth. I like the spots on his cheeks. Just trying to get these curves in here. I like showing the curve of his body. And I like the idea that he doesn't have eyebrows. That's going to be the size of his wings, I think. Just kind of these little wings. We'll give him this little tail up like this. And again, his feet are going to dangle down like this. And maybe his arms. I like this idea that his arms just kind of dangle as well. Okay, I'm kind of digging this character right here. Yeah, I really like him. So let's try and redraw him. Like, let's just do some kind of expressions, okay? So based on this character over here, we'll pop these up. We'll give him some big eyes. Maybe I don't know, just trying to do something fun. Like I said, like this might lead into something else, who knows? It might give you a better sense of design. You know, if this is curved like that. Okay, so his head, see how it got really big? Let's change this mouth. Okay. Okay, so there's another drawing. Let's do a few more. Keep this B train rolling. Just gonna scoot that over there. So let's get his eyes in here. Maybe he's looking like, Okay. So I'm looking at this character right here. This one right here. So I really like the bubbly roundness of him. Just kind of this fat. Just got this fat, bubbly butt. And as you're drawing, if you think of any ideas that might inspire you or, you know, have an impact on your character's design, like go for it. So like maybe he's I don't know, maybe he's like, holding something. Like he found this little cup, or and he's got like the spoon. He's maybe it's a cup of noodles or something. And then this friend wants some, but he's like, oh, he doesn't want to share. And let's just try to do like oh, what if he's looking like straight at the camera type thing. Let's see if we can get something like that. So his, maybe this is what he looks like from the front. Maybe his arms dangle down like this from the front. I don't know. Maybe he's got cheeks, maybe not. Okay, let's scoot him up. Maybe here's one where he's like, maybe he's happy. Yeah. Okay, just exploring, just trying different ideas. Maybe here you see the swing. It's still flapping. And maybe his hands are like, hmm. Okay, cool. So this is Brandon. And in the next video, we will start setting up Brandon the bee for animation. Okay, so until next time, happy animating, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.